Evet, hoş geldiniz tekrardan. Bugün sizlerle Call of Juarez oynayacağız. Hikaye. Normal olsun hadi. Biraz ses vereyim. Alt yazılara çıkma. Hiç bakmadım lan. Evet, bir yandan anlatayım. Kendisi son oyun. Oyun üçlemeden oluşuyor. Pardon. Galiba bir tane daha oyunu var ya. Tam emin değilim o konuda. Kendisini birkaç gün önce Steam'den üçlü paketini kendisini birkaç gün önce üçlü paket olarak ucuz bir paraya aldım. Bu son oyunu. İşte bakalım. Birazcık yaşlı batı temasına kayacağız.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple. Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawman who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper.
Güzel bir oynanışa sahip aslında. Yani en azından ben beğeniyorum. Başlamak için bas diyormuş lan. Ben de yükleme ekranı var sanırım.
It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies.
Şunu iyice.
But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, ha-ha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Koşamıyor muyuz? Eğiliyoruz. O ile mi?
You heard Pat. We need to stay here to keep an eye on the road. That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
What the hell? Shoot that sumbitch!
Ne diyor? Düşmanları öldürerek deneyim kazanabilirsin. Seviye atlamak ve ekstra yetenek kazanmak için. Ha, tamam. Şimdi şifre koşabilirim.
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Ata binebildiğimi söyledim.
I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast. Garrett, his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out of it. So that's just what I did.
Q ile zamanı yavaşlatabiliyorum.
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
Diğer eleman da buradaydı. Hop. Nasıl ölmedim lan? Dur, bir mermi değişti. Bu ne oğlum, hemen geçiyor bu. Tuşuna bastırıyor yetenek. Tamam. Hangisini vereceğim ki? Ver lan hadi bunu. Tamam. Buna lan. Dur dur. Şu arada bir bakayım yalandan. Doldur. Yol buradanmış zaten. Ne yapacağım? Ölümcü kurşuna sadece ölüm listesi
Not a
yeter.
bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there.
Oo, al bakayım bunu. Biri de Allah geldi.
Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed.
Hepsini böyle sıkacak mıyım lan bunu? Dur şuradan gideyim, burada ne var?
A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
You'll die for this, you hear me?
Nasıl ölmedi lan o? Dur bakayım şurada bir şeyler var mı? Bulabileceğim, alabileceğim. Yok gibi duruyor.
Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Try aiming, you idiot.
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house.
Geldim.
Watch your flank!
I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad.
Geber.
They made up for their
Ne oluyor
lack
lan?
of skill with a seemingly endless
Doldur
supply of
mermini.
ammo. It was a bit of a slog,
Kendi
but I
döndürdü.
finally fought my way around the back of the house. And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear.
Aa bu benim
I
kanki herhalde.
passed Dirty Dave,
Geçmiş.
and upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Baldry.
Neymiş ki bu? Hikaye anlatıyor eğer okumak istiyorsanız. Saf aksiyona gireceğiz biz.
You like that?
Usta bir nişancı, 21 yaşına kadar 21 kişi
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo.
Tam
Grab
zamanı
a gun
amigo.
and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm.
Ben bunu bilsem zoru seçerdim ben.
Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on.
Gelmeye devam ediyorlar.
Got company!
Sen de
That's when Charlie got hit. They're catching us in
Oo,
crossfire,
Charlie'yi
shouted
vurdular lan.
Billy. Get to the other side.
Lan. Hemen hallediyorum, hemen çözüyorum. Sen de öl. Daha kaç kişi öldüreyim lan?
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but It was pretty
S'ye
clear,
bastı ama.
even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the
Oo,
better
dur,
part
dur.
of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was
Ağırdan atları
time to
getir.
cut and run. They got a Gatling, Billy shouted. Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention.
Aa, hayır, nasıl?
That order was me. Sons of bitches are done. What do I have to do? Many would have fled.
Ağır nerede abi?
But I had that false sense of
burada.
invincibility that many
Göremiyorum da.
young men have. Like Jack here.
What
Bu ne
are
lan?
you saying, old man? He's just joshing with you now.
Yeah, he better be.
Aşağıda bir şey var
Graves,
mıydı?
please continue.
Please call me Silas, man.
F ile böyle
Now,
yapıyorum.
where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Making my way past the castle of
Yardımcı mı oluyor bana? Ben onu anlamadım tam. Evet, zıplayarak devam ediyorum.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up.
Otomatik nişan desteği var herhalde anladığım kadarıyla.
I had the stables within my reach. After the fight, maybe we could treat ourselves to some fried chicken.
Hikayeyi bize göre yazıyor. Yok, kalsın.
And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
Şerif'le karşılaştık.
toe to toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
Geri bas Şerif. Vururum. Görkemli, tecrübeli ve beceriksiz.
You challenged him to a showdown.
Düellodayız.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
ile odaklanarak rakibin çemberin içine tut. Devam etmek için space'e bas. Tamam. Şş, burada kal. Bende kal. Bende kal. Rakibin kendi silahına ulaştığında kendi silahını çekmek için kullan. Bastım. İlk ben bastım.
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett.
O değilmiş.
So let me start again. I finally reached those
Hikayem
damn
anlatımını
stables.
ben beğendim. Bir şeye bakacağım ama. Şu düello fare hassasiyetini yükseltelim. Orada yavaş çünkü. Başarımım gelmiş bakacağım.
And stepped inside, and
Oo, Şerif bizi.
last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
Öldürülen düşman 66, isabet oranı 69. Devam et bakayım. Hadi tamam lan, değiştir. Zor yap.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
Bir avuç dolusu sıcak kurşun.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Bunu ikinci bölümde bakacağım ya. Ya da dur bakayım.
He was with John
Evet, şeye baktım bir.
They were
Görüş
sworn
mesafesini
enemies of Billy's
ayarlayabiliyor muyum diye.
regulators.
Çok yakından gözüküyor çünkü o yüzden. Nasıl
Why were you
çıkacağım?
after him?
Dur bir aç bakayım. Ne diyor? Bunu aç.
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move.
Çatışma başladı sanki bir yerlerde.
He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too.
Anahtar attı. Alayım.
My first order of business was finding a firearm.
Alayım ben onu. Yanlış tuşa bastım.
Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun. On kalibre.
10 kalibre. Çok gürültülüdür. Ortadan ikiye yarar. Çiftesi. Bob bilmem nesi çiftesiydi. Tam göremedim.
I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy?
Geliyorum ama ne oluyor lan? Çekil.
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer.
Aa dur çifte ya dur.
It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing.
Onu vuramıyorum lan. Dur
Raised a
bakayım.
huge ruckus.
Senin ne silahın vardı? Tabanca. Tabancayı ver. Ya da dur lan. Hop. Geçmiş olsun.
Guards were everywhere looking for him. Can't let the kid get away.
Anybody see him?
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where
Dur.
I could.
Dur.
Some of that wood was slippery as hell.
Nereden vuruyorlar
The
lan?
whole town was up in arms. Suddenly, I was a fugitive.
Kanka HS attım ben sana ama ya. Şimdi sizin ağzınıza sıçacağım. Bekleyin. Nereye gitmem gerekiyordu? Kaçmam mı gerekiyor? Oo, dur. Tırman. Peşimdeler. Buradan mı ondan mı emin değilim.
So that bastard you were after, what did he do? He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever going to find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
Şurada bir şey var.
But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
Sessiz mi gitmem gerekiyor diyecektim. Dur.
I'm ending you.
Oğlum nasıl ese gitmez lan? Yolculuk neredeydi lan? Tamam.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and color.
Arkamdan vurdu. Seni duyuyorum
just
dostum.
glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
Geliyorum oraya.
Let's do this. Your headstone.
There's children here.
Shit, when so much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground.
Nereden sıkıyor lan o?
I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts.
Oğlum arkamdan vuruyor lan.
We
Dur.
prize them too high, if you ask me.
Şimdi ananını attım işte.
Get out here.
Kafa atamadık.
Leave him to me. Give it up.
You're threatening the life.
Şurada özel bir şey var galiba. Bekle biraz. Eğer indirime düşerse, ki bence bir sonbahar indirimi gelecek. Kesin bir şekilde. Steam'e. Alın yani bunu. Oynayın. Oynamayanlarınız varsa.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot?
Tüfeği ver.
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
Yok, tüfeğim kalsın bende. Nereye girdik? He bak. Ulan ne güzel olmuş lan bu.
Decency.
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town.
Oo dur. Lan.
I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead.
No. Because they all
Havadaki
thought
ne lan?
I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob OYUnCu was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun.
Hiç ölmeden bitirebilir miyim acaba?
Off the street. Stop him. Arm yourself. How the hell did he get away?
Görmüyor musun? Kendimi gösteriyorum işte. Oo dur.
Let him get away.
Kaçma, buraya gel. Biri fena vuruyor beni.
You can run.
Şimdi dur bakayım. Bu da zamanı. Doldursun, daha hızlı tüfek doldursun.
Had enough? You're dead. I've got this.
Yalnız mermim bitecek. Onu nasıl yapalım?
God damn you!
Öl lan. Ha. Oo, buralarda ne var lan? Vardır burada bir şey. Boşuna koymamışsınızdır buraları. Sanki bir tık öyle gibi.
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
Bir dakika, oraya gitmeden önce burada ne varmış? Onu da bir öğrenelim.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob OYUnCu the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No,
geri yattı.
sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. Hello, Bob, I said. I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun. So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Nasıl yanının el pozisyonunu oğlum hadi lan. Sıkamayacağız yoksa. Kalp atışını duyduğun zaman yapacağın ilk silahını çekmektir, fakat bu onursuzca bir hareket olarak dikkate alınmış ve ona göre ben bastım lan ilk. Hayır, ben bastım ya. El pozisyonunu. He, dur bakayım. Bir dur bakayım. Aç bakayım şunu biraz. Tamam, okey. Yine ben bastım ilk.
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day.
Onurlu bir şekilde
That Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
Cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
İhtiyar için bir kurşun. Bu tür western mi deniyordu bu tür filmlere,
So was the
oyunlara, işte
bastard you were
neyleyse.
after now riding with the cowboys?
Allah Allah.
Roscoe
Neyse.
Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There! ¿Quién carajo es ese hombre?
I did my best to help those kids. Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing.
Kim var arabanın içinde?
It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did.
Oğlum Kızılderili lan bunlar.
They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemy heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of
Bırak izin
nowhere,
verin, saklanayım.
and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations.
Gel buraya gel.
But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboy. He and Roscoe Bob had done me
Nereden vuruyor lan?
and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to find my way past these other assholes first.
Bir dakika bekle. Canım bir dolsun.
Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as
Şurada
my
vardır lan
vengeful
mermide.
fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Where's he going?
Bekleyin. Bekleyin, hepinizi öldüreceğim.
Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim.
Burada ölemem.
Serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my
Neymiş o? Koş lan koş, öleceğiz. İkisinde 2 mermi var.
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me.
Arkamdan mı geliyorlar?
Bullets were whizzing by my ears,
Oo,
but I wasn't
bütün
about to
arkam
roll over
düşman
and
lan.
die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow.
Aynen öyle, yarın yokmuş gibi koş.
Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a
Nasıl
gang
öldüm lan?
like this.
Neye öldüm kanka tam olarak? Onu da söylersen. Vurmayın lan.
I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going.
Ha şuradan canım gitmiş. Sağ sol yap. Sıkıyorlar.
And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior.
Evet.
The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much needed ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go
4 ile
along with
dinamit
that
seç
ammo.
ya da al. G ile hızlıca fırlat. Ha tamam.
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time. All right, Jesus, we get it.
Dur.
They were right where you wanted them. That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds. Where's he going? It was finally time for that old man
Benim
to
olanı
pay
geri almaya
for his
geliyorum lan.
sins.
VS mi? Huysuz. İnatçı. Ve kimler?
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you!
Oo, fena
A
vurdu beni.
little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me.
Ne yapmam
Not if I
gerekiyor?
was to find and kill Ringo.
Yok tamam, bunu
Get that
vuramıyorum.
old man off that gun.
Yanına gidip bomba mı atacağım acaba? Oğlum öleceğim lan. Şimdi kanka avcı diyor mesela, ne diyor bu? Yakalaması ve dayanıklılık sağlar. Ver. Ver. Bir tane daha var değil mi? Yani ne işe yarayacaksa. Ölme lan sakın. Sakın ha.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Öleceğim. Öleceğim. Tamam anladım. Lütfen baştan başlatma. Yap. Bir dakika, sakin. Sakin abi. Sık tabi. Al lan bunu da. İşte bu.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive
Kimmiş?
and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day.
Oo.
They just assumed it was one of the Earps. And that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the old
Bizi
K
rakip
Corral.
çeteden sandılar herhalde. Saboteur onu yapmış. Favori silah tüfek tam kafadan. 3 tane gerçeğin kırıntısı varmış, bulamamışız. Bugün kaç dakika olmuş? 38 daha oynarız ya. Devam.
A few weeks after that dust up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo.
1882 24 Mart.
I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys. But first, I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill
Diğeri nereye
Brocious.
kaçtı?
Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise.
Al sen şunu ilk önce.
And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge. So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded
Başka?
his older brother, Virgil.
Şu yavaş yapmalı oyunu
Went on what became known as the Vendetta
yükseltmeliyim ya. Onu
Ride,
nereden yükselteceksek.
hunting those outlaws down. So
Oğlum.
when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Şurada mıydı o? Ne yapmam gerekiyor?
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
Şununla dinamikle öldürmüşüm. Şurada bir şeyler
Hardly
var.
saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp.
Yok istemiyorum
That man
onu.
was all hat and no cap.
Herb wasn't much of a match for him. But Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That Lunger should have kept his nose out of it. He never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
And everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back.
Siz
That was
kaşındınız koçum.
common knowledge.
Yanlış
Yeah,
adama
maybe
çarptınız.
But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a
Alt yazıları
friend.
okuyamıyorum pek de.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal.
Şey
Excuse
güzel
me,
ya.
sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Ver ver mermi ver. Yolu göster. Ha oradan. Burada bir şey var mıydı? Yok. Bir daha göster bakayım. Ha şuradan mı?
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Alın lan. Kaldı mı düşman?
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Siz şöyle bölün. Nasıl? Nasıl lan? Hop. Şöyle bir dodge. Oğlum hareket etmiyor mu az? Biri yakında. Göster kendini. Şimdi ağzına bak nasıl sıçıyorum senin. Mal öleceğim lan.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill.
Biri mi sıkıyor?
Quite an impressive operation.
Lan. Surlara doğru devam.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Bir tane kırıntı bulduk.
Finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Yolum nerede? Şurada bir şey var muhtemelen. Ha, yokmuş lan bir tane. Çok yakından gözüküyor. Biraz şöyle uzaktan olsaymış görünüş. Bunu buraya niye koydunuz?
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Düello mu? Oo, geldi. Bir yudum alır. Bir el ateş eder. Bir yıl. Beni öldür.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in
Bil bu mu
Ringo
lan?
or Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir.
Oğlum
I never
üstüme
said they
koşuyor bu
were
mal.
running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Oo, dur. Araya sıkıştım. O çelik yap. Bill göster lan kendini. Oğlum benden mi kaçıyor lan bu? Gördüm seni. Orada biri var. Sen aradan çık. Mermi ver bana biraz. Öleceğim. Ananı yedim ya. Birinci canı full deme. Allah kahretsin ya. Ettiğin küfürlere dikkat et dedim koçum. Çık lan aradan. Hayır ya. Geldi buldu yine bizi. Başka var mı ölmek isteyen? Önüme mi çıkacak? Kaçtı. Bu sefer yemem. Hadi bana müsaade. Gel buraya. Hadi geçmiş olsun.
Ferocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Bir kurşunla sıradakinin işini bitirir.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Ben... Oğlum ben çıkardım ilk ya. Allah. Bir de alt yazı okuyayım diye şey oldum.
That's incredible, sir. I always
Turkey
thought that
Greek
Doc
Canyon mu?
Holliday was the one that killed him.
Oğlum mouse şöyle getir. Gelmezler bu sefer. Hadi.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
Odak 82. Bir tane kırıntı bulmuşuz.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Şimdi. Görkemli.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant. And hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick.
Tam olarak buradan devam edeceğiz.
As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits.
Bitirsin
And put a
sözünü.
generous price on his head.
Bitireceğim ve birazdan tekrardan açacağım. Size ikinci bölüm olarak. Bir sonrakinde görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.